Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. We're here to do a review on the Bear Arena 30. This is new for 2015 from Bear Archery, and we're going to compare it to the bows behind me, which are basically the top sellers from each of the bow manufacturers. We've got the PSE Decree, Mathews Carbon Spyder, the Darton 3914, the Martin Thrasher, and the Mathews Chill R. So they're basically the competitors for this bow. There's probably others, but they're the main ones I picked. They're similar speeds, similar price point to this bow, but I want to take you through some points of the Bear Arena. Now, before I go into the Bear Arena, the features of it, I think it's important to go through the company. Now, I've been a Bear distributor for 20 odd years, 25 years. During that time, Bear started off as Golden Eagle. I was the exclusive Golden Eagle distributor in Australia. It was then taken over by a finance company, which then purchased Bear and Jennings, and they merged into the brand Bear. Now with Bear, I don't know if it's the case in America. Most of my viewers are probably American. But in Australia anyway, the service has been less than average. The contact with Bear has been less than satisfactory. And as a result, Bear, as far as I can tell, there is probably a Bear bow shot in my state. And our population in our state is close to 2 million people. There's probably a Bear bow being shot somewhere, and I've sold Bears, but it is not a major brand in Australia, and that is purely customer service. At Bear, I don't even know who the management team is. They wouldn't know me. I don't know them. With PSE, I get on the phone, and first off, if I get on the phone, I've got a PSE t-shirt on, but that's not about this review. If I get on the phone, I send an email to someone at PSE, I get a response the same day. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas Day, it doesn't matter if it's New Year's Day, and this is New Year's Eve. If I send an email on New Year's Eve to PSE, I will get at least 2 responses. Bear is not like that. Now, I hope it will be, right? And maybe your Bear dealer does get that sort of response, and that is fantastic if he does. But if he doesn't, just bear that in mind. That's why for Bear, for me, it takes a long time to get Bear product. Like a long time. I can't even tell you when I'll get a Bear shipment. It could be next week, and I hope it is because I paid for one 3 weeks ago and I haven't seen it. But with PSE, they ship every week to me. So every week I'm getting product, and if I want to know about a product, like where it is, a customer asks where my product is, I can ring up, I can send an email, and they will get back to me and let me know how many weeks that product is. Now with Bear, that's not the case. Like I've got Bear Cruisers I've been waiting on, which is a $400 bow, and I've been waiting since, I haven't had any in December, so that's a whole month. I've had Bear shipments in, so that probably means Bear's out of them. So that doesn't take away from this bow, and this review is about the bow, but to me it's about, I'm buying a product, what's this like as a product? Now the first thing about this bow, you'll notice the compression limbs. This is a good thing because it puts more tension on the strings and cables. Now, Bear used to make their own limbs, and they used to be sort of fat here, and they were really good. They used to mould them, and they could still mould these limbs. I don't know because it's hard to talk to people in the factory. But to me, if I grab a PSE limb, there, I'm going to put these in profile so you can kind of see the profile of those limbs. I'm hoping you can see that. They're almost identical. Like I can't even pick a difference in the profile of these limbs. You'll notice the compression on the PSEs more, and I'll go put it that way so you can kind of see the angle on the PSE rise is greater, so it's putting more tension on the limbs on the PSE than the Bear. But still, the Bear has got a lot of tension on these limbs. Now part of this is, about 3 or 4 years ago, the top PSE engineers moved to Bear. So the Bear bow is very much like a PSE. The cams are very much like a PSE. They have a hybrid cam system here, roller bearings, draw stops on the cams, a rotating module here for adjusting draw length, same down the bottom, so a cable stop on the bottom, which is the same cam system as a PSE, a hybrid cam system with rotating modules. You'll see the Decree is a little bit different now because it has a draw stop which touches the limb, but basically these limbs to me are pretty much the same as a PSE, which is different to a Mathews. That's the Mathews profile. Quite a different limb. Still compression, as you can see, but it is very similar to a PSE. And I'm going to grab a Hoyt. This is the Hoyt Carbon Spyder, $2,000. You'll see there's hardly any compression in that limb at all. So when I see the Bear Arena, this bow is going to shoot well. These cams are going to draw smooth. They've got roller bearings. It's a nice system. What's different about this to a PSE, and this is not a review on a PSE, but it's comparing bows, because if you're looking to buy a $1,100 bow, you're saying what's the best on the market, what am I competing with, why is this bow different, why is it better? This has a cable guard here that moves down, so it's on a hinge, if you like. It's got Teflon there, and what this does, as it moves down, it moves towards the string. So what that does, it reduces the torquing on these cams. Now what PSE do is they're on a limb system here, so their cable guard flexes like a limb. This actually just twists in. Now Bear have been using this system, it was back on the Jennings, I'm going to guess about 15 years. So this system has been around a long time on Bear. It's obviously their patent. Now what's good about this bow is these two cable stops. They feature top and bottom, top and bottom. That's going to take the vibration and noise out of this bow when you shoot it. So you're not going to feel much when you shoot this bow. Some other points with this bow, they have these little rubber dampeners in the riser. They've improved the graphics. You can see they've got a Bear logo on there. They've got Bear logos in the grip, Bear on the limbs. It's a nice looking product for me to hold. Now with this riser, unfortunately I can't tell you whether it's cast, forged or machined. I've checked the literature. It's not on the Bear website, so I don't know. No one's got back to me, so I can't tell you what this riser is made of. I assume for the price point, because it's about 1,100 Australian dollars, 900 American dollars. The bow shoots at 345 feet per second. It weighs 3.8 pounds and is 30 inches axle to axle. So it's a fairly standard hunting bow. Lots of hunting bows are about 31, 32 inches. Bear's gone shorter for blinds. They also make this bow in a 34 inch. So they've kind of skipped the popular 32 inch bow and they've gone for a hunting compact tree stand bow to then your target 3D bow, which is the 34 inch. So that's all good. The bow allows you 4 turns down on the limbs. Now the limb bolts are in a metal, this is metal, and you can see the end of the limb bolt just there. Now this bow allows you, they're in a cast riser, cast metal here. It's a nice limb pocket design here. You'll see it. It's a 1 unit thing where the limbs slip inside. But it only allows 4 turns of limb bolt. That's all you can get out of this bow. Now with the compression on these limbs, you're only getting about 10 pounds worth of adjustment. A lot of bows these days allow more turns of the limb bolts, like a lot will allow 12, so you'll get about 15 pounds on a bow with high compression limbs. On a bow with low compression limbs, like the Hoyt, you'll get more adjustment if the limbs allow you to wind it out more, so you've got more poundage adjustment. Like on the Martin Thrasher, you'll see the limb bolts sticking out the bottom. You've got a lot more adjustment on the Martin Thrasher. So basically, the Bear Arena is giving you about 10 pounds worth of adjustment. The balance on this bow is good. It balances perfectly in your hand. So now you'll notice if you saw the review on the Decree, you'll notice the Decree actually pushed forward, and that's because PSE have balanced the bow in the center of the grip. With this one, it just balances perfectly. Now when I shoot this bow without a stabilizer, I expect this bow will jump forward a little bit because the pressure point will be slightly lower here. But you've got a little bit more angle here on the grip, and the grip feels comfortable. I expect it to shoot good, and we'll have a shot in a second. But before we do that, I just want to run through the competitors of this bow, so you can look at those if you're looking to buy a bow. Now, PSE Decree, new for 2015. PSE Decree, same price point as the Bear Arena. Axle. The PSE Arena is 1 inch longer, and it doesn't even look 1 inch longer. It looks about half an inch longer, but the specs are it's 1.5 inches longer, but in real life it's definitely not. The speed on the PSE Decree is 355 feet per second. Bear Arena 345. The physical weight of the Decree is the same as the Bear. It's got a rotating module, same as the Bear, and it's got a limb stop just there on the limb. So if you can see the limb stop, you can see the limb stop. That hits the limb. It's got a flexible cable slide, and it's the same price. So if you're in the $1,100 price point, the PSE Decree, 10 feet per second faster. The other PSE, which is very popular last year, is the DNA SP, which is about $100 cheaper than the Arena, and it shoots the same speed, 345. So similar bow, similar stuff. Now I picked the Hoyt Carbon Spyder. Now it's not the same price point as the Bear Arena. I picked it because it's 30 inches axle to axle. It's 330 feet per second, and maybe 335 feet per second. It's a $2,000 bow, so almost twice the price of the Bear. Now they do have a machined riser version of this called the Spyder. And I did a comparison of that last time, but I thought I'd pick the Carbon Spyder this time because it's something a little bit different. It's got a carbon riser. It's about the same weight as this bow. You'll notice that it doesn't have the compression on the limbs. The Hoyt Carbon Spyder is adjusted by modules, so you have to buy a new module every time you change draw length. They use a roller bearing system here. But basically, like, it's got a wood grip. It's balanced pretty much perfectly in the hand, same as the Bear Arena. And to me, like, if I was going to pick this bow over the Bear Arena, it's slower, same weight. You're going to have to like Hoyt, which is fine if you like Hoyt, you know. And if you've got lots of money, Hoyt, it's fine. It's just not. It's not as fast as the PSE, but it's about the same specs, same brace height, but not the compression on the limbs, so you're going to get more fluctuation in the cables, more noise than the other bows. The Darton, this is the 39, 14, 39, 15, machine riser, compression limbs. Now you notice with these limbs, while these are compression, these are quite a different profile to the Bear Arena. The Bear Arena starts off fat here and it thins right down like a PSE. This is almost a taper right the way down. There's no big cutout. So even though they're compression limbs, they use quite a different limb to the PSE and the Bear system. This bow shoots at 355 feet per second, I think. It's adjustable through modules like the Bear Arena. Price point on this is $1,100, so same price as a Bear Arena. So you're talking a bow which shoots 10 feet per second faster. The balance is perfect in your hand, same as the Bear Arena. It's got a yoke system here to balance the limbs. It's a binary cam system which uses a yoke to balance it. So different cam system. This is like a twin cam. The Bear Arena, the PSE and the Hoyt all use hybrid cam systems. So the difference being the Hoyt has got a yoke system at the top and down the bottom there's no yoke system. The Darton has a yoke system top and bottom. This is the Martin Thrasher, 340 feet per second as opposed to 345 on the Bear Arena. Price point of $1,000, so a little bit cheaper than the Bear Arena. It's got rotating modules for draw length adjustment. The weight is about the same. It's a 3.8, 3.9 pound bow. The balance is pretty much perfect in the hand. Same as the Bear Arena, it has three riser suppressors here to suppress noise, riser dampeners. It has two stops here and one down the bottom which actually hit the limb as you draw it back to create the solid wall. This bow is $1,000 from Martin Thrasher. The last bow is from Mathews, the Mathews Chill. Now Mathews Chill R is a longer bow. The bow I probably should have compared the Arena to was the Creed XS, which is 30 inches axle to axle. I didn't because this bow has a similar speed. It's 340 feet per second. It's about a $1,300 bow. It's a gridlock riser here, full machined. Suppressors in the riser here to absorb noise. The bottom one's heavier, twice as heavy as the top because it absorbs more noise. Nice machined limb pockets here. They are beautiful. And this, like the Darton 3900, has like a twin cam with yokes top and bottom. So you'll see a yoke system top and bottom. The bow is very smooth to shoot. It's a wonderful bow to shoot. You need to buy modules to adjust the draw length. There's no limb stops on this bow. So saying that, we're going to have a shot with the Bear Arena, see how it shoots, and I'm sure it'll shoot great. Like, it's a nice little bow. So we'll have a shot with it now and see how it goes. Thanks. Okay, I've set up the Bear Arena with a D-loop and a whiskey biscuit arrow rest. Some things to notice about the Bear Arena is these draw stops, the things that are string stops, can be adjusted left and right. There's minor adjustment there. The Bear Arena is 30 inches axle to axle, so it's pretty unlikely you're going to shoot this for target archery and 3D. And one thing about a lot of those bows I compared, they don't have the ability to fit a lower lower stabilizer to the bottom of the riser, which is common for target archery in 3D, to offset the balance of the bow. The other thing with the Bear product, and I could be wrong, so please check, I think they discontinued their two-piece quiver. In Australia, two-piece quivers would account for me, 90% of my sales in bow hunting. Now the reason people go for two-piece quivers is when they fit the arrow to the bow, with a two-piece quiver it fits here and here and it holds the arrow basically more secure in place, so there's less vibration in the arrow. In America they prefer one-piece quivers, they tell me, because people hunt from trees and they actually take the quiver off their bow. But I believe Bear have gone away from their two-piece quiver, which I think, for me, I don't understand at all. And I said that to Bear. I said, I don't understand why you do that. That's just crazy stuff. Where PSE, Mathews, I'm pretty sure Mathews have a two-piece quiver by the brand, which fits. The Arena is actually built for, has got the plates for a two-piece quiver. It's a triangle, so there are definitely quivers that will fit onto this bow. And I'm thinking of the Limb Saver two-piece quiver, and I'm sure there's others that fit on. So it's a triangle style system you're looking for a two-piece quiver. So there are people who do make a two-piece quiver for this. I'm just not sure what they are. I know Limb Savers fits, but I'm not sure of the other brands that do fit. So the other bows I just want to mention. I'm sure I'm not going to get this right, but on the Decree has the ability there and there, I didn't say on the Decree video, for a lower mount stabilizer. And the idea of a lower mount stabilizer is to offset the weight of your sights and stuff. And the reason why you set it down low is it gives you a better balance of your bow, so it stops you torquing the bow left to right like that. So basically the theory is you lower the weight of your stabilizers, and they do that with front stabilizer as well, just to improve the balance. And it's done very common on target bows, but you'll see it on the PSE Decree has got that feature. All the other bows that I've compared, and I was just checking the Mathews Chill, don't have that ability. So it's only the Decree have that ability. Most of the target bows will have this ability to fit lower stabilizers. So just bear that in mind. Okay, let's have a shot of the bow. This is the first time I've shot this bow, so gonna have to see how it goes. It's set on 60 pounds. I'm hoping it's set on 29 inches because I shot a Martin which was on 27 inches and I didn't realise it because I thought all bows come on 29, so felt comfortable. I think I've only been shooting for 30 odd years, so anyway, so the grip is nice, it's nice and comfortable, okay? So the bow feels nice, and we'll just start drawing it. And I don't shoot my first shot, okay? I'm just feeling the draw cycle to see what it feels like. Okay. The draw cycle starts off fairly solid, and you'll notice when I hit the valley, it just suddenly drops off. And that's fairly common with a speed bow. Once you get it back there, it feels nice. This bow was too short for me. It was 28 inches, which is kind of interesting because I'm like 28 and a half. And that Mathews, I think it was a Mathews Afflictor I shot. No, Mathews Lithium LTD. It was on 27 inches and it felt comfortable for me. Like I didn't feel like I had to move much. Where this, I felt like I had to, it felt too short. And when people buy bows, they say, oh, what draw length am I? And the problem I have, I'm generally 28 and a half. But some bows feel better shorter and some feel a little bit better longer. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's the string length. It probably is the angle which it's hitting stuff. Because this is a shorter bow, so it's more acute angle, so a tighter angle on the string. So maybe I want this bow to be longer, where with longer bows, because the string angle is less acute, so it's a less angle on the string, maybe I'm longer. So just bear that in mind. So this bow feels too short for me, and I'll just bend my front arm for that. So it draws, and one thing about this, with the PSE, as I draw the PSE, my pressure point tends to be about here. With this bow, my pressure point's right up high as I draw it. I can't really hill this bow. It's really, the pressure point is really in the web of my hand, and I really can't get a low pressure point, which is common these days for compounds. Not a negative point. In fact, for me, I actually prefer I prefer the pressure point to be higher. It's just that became the standard on bows, a lower pressure point. So it's quite different to a PSE. So I'm drawing back, I hit the valley now, I'll just let this off a bit. And you'll see it kind of just rips away from me because it builds up. It's nicely, the limbs, the top cam's got no tilt at all. I'm going to take this shot. Oh, that was a terrible shot. That's something to release. That was a horrible shot. We'll have another shot. I was expecting it to go, and basically I didn't. I let my back tension off, and because the valley's very short, it kind of started to pull out of my hand, and it should have looked like a horrible shot. My fault completely, but I'm human. I'm just shooting a new release aid, and my thumb position is not quite right. So if I was more familiar with this release aid, that wouldn't have occurred, and yes, I should be shooting, not punching the release aid, and all that sort of stuff, right? But I've been shooting forever, right? So if you're a beginner, you know, slower bows with bigger valleys are easy to shoot. So we'll just have another shot because that felt terrible. And hopefully this shot, the arrow won't pull. Hopefully I'll do a decent release. So that one felt better. This bow is going to take, some bows like you pull them back and they are just, first shot, easy, no issues, the valley's nice, dead draw stop, feels great. Now, I feel with this bow, the more shots I'm going to have with it, the better I'm going to shoot with it, and that's probably the case with any bow you're going to shoot. But I feel like that's not the case. Generally when I grab a bow, I can shoot pretty good with it straight off the bat. This bow, I feel like I'll shoot better the more I shoot it. So and part of that too is the grip. I'm not expecting, the grip feels different, and it's different in a good way, not a bad way. Let's have another shot. Now, third shot was much better than the second shot, which was a heck of a lot better than the first. Felt comfortable in the third shot. So I'm starting to get comfortable with the draw cycle of this bow. I'm getting comfortable with the shorter pull in the thing because I want this bow to be longer, and it would be fairly simple for me to adjust. And I should say, to adjust this bow, what the Bear engineers have done really well, the module, which is on the back here, grey, you'll see the screw holes along the bottom are completely away from this limb. Much better than a lot of the bows on the market. Some of them, they are covered by the limb here, not easy to adjust. This is completely away, top and bottom. The draw stop is completely away from the limbs. So adjustments on this bow are easy. No problem at all. You don't need a bow press. There's no part of the string touching the module. So all in all, I think it's a nice little product from Bear. Nice little product, a nice compact hunting bow. It's not for a beginner, it's really for someone who wants to go hunting, backpacking, hunting, tree stand hunting. I'd have no issue shooting this for like target 3D shooting. I'm not sure why people prefer the longer bows, well, less acute angle and that sort of stuff. But there's no vibration when you shoot it. When you shoot the bow in the shot, it feels good, the grip's nice. Overall, it's a great product. And once again, I'll go back to where I started at the start of this video. If customer service was there at Bear, and your dealer may have a great customer service rep, and I've just got a new one, so I'm hoping he's going to be good. And I've told that to him. I said, I hope you're good, because I could really improve my sales with Bear. I think Bear have got a great product. The technology's top class, the speeds are good, everything's good in this product. So it's a good little product. If I was looking at one, I'd probably go for the Arena 34 because I shoot more target style archery. So the Bear Arena, check it out at the shop, see what you think, and if you shot one, leave a note to say what you think of it. Thank you, bye. And have a good New Year's Eve. Thank you, bye.